The humble laptopus gamus. Its normal life cycle involves the price being set at birth, which holds all the way through the life of the adult males until right before their deaths, where they see a sharp price drop. However, this generation is different. Various factors, including low demand due to poor genetics and inbreeding, has led to sharp price drops during the male's adolescent phase. And in today's video, we'll examine one of the victims.
Whoa, there it is. Oh yeah, don't you just love seeing Micro Center plastered on stuff? Micro Center! Now, as you can tell, Micro Center sent over a Lenovo Leg Ion, which despite just being about 4 months old, you can already buy for $500 off, which is just bizarre. And it's not the only one. Current gen laptops are already on sale all over the place. It's almost like someone really screwed up the pricing. Oh, there it is. That's already a good sign. You can see we've got some I/O on the back of the laptop, which is a very good place to have it. And we've got some jet engine exhausts. Oh, the power brick's not compact, is it? It looks like the kind of thing used to jumpstart an aircraft carrier. Even for a 300-watt power brick, I feel like it's pretty big. Interestingly, Lenovo laptops have their own power connector. They don't use that like roundy one that other laptops use, for some reason. Ooh, contains 30% ocean-bound plastic by weight. Wow. Ooh. Oh yeah, Lenovo really nails that pre-frostbite gray with their products. It's a very specific tone. Whoa, there's even more I/O on the back than I thought. Look at all of it. And then we have even more USB on the left-hand side. Again, on the correct things are falling out. And then on the other side, we have another USB port with, that little switch closes the webcam. That's pretty cool. And then we have a headphone microphone jack. So this laptop has 4 square USB ports. That's really impressive. Oh, that's quite the vent on the bottom with some reasonably tall footies to keep it off the desk so it doesn't completely choke out. And in terms of rear panel removability, it looks very promising because we've got just a couple screws and you can see that this back panel doesn't encroach on the I/O, so it's not going to feel as destructive to open up. Potentially, we'll have to try that out. And there's still no glory hole, so it's still not going to be great. Okay, and now comes the moment of truth. Does it one-hand open test pass? Whoa, it very much does. Ooh, that's quite a plasticky top plate. It's sturdy plastic. It doesn't feel like garbage plastic, but this laptop was supposed to cost $2,000 and I feel like that is not the nicest material for that price. We've got nice thin bezels on the display, and I think this is quite a high resolution display actually, but we'll talk about that when we get to the specs. And then we've got our webcam up here, so it's not a nose cam. Okay, let's give the keyboard a try. It's just like a decent laptop keyboard with a numpad. I've got nothing more to say about that. A nice sized trackpad, and we've got full-sized proper arrow keys. I like that. I just wish it had front-facing speakers, although I guess side firing is better than down. Now, when it comes to price, again, Micro Center very kindly sent this laptop over. They're a great source for gaming laptops like this one that they had listed for over $500 off. Now, in terms of specs, it's a real beefy boy. We've got a 13700HX with a whole bunch of RAM and storage and an RTX 4070. But I am curious to see how it performs in gaming because it does have a higher than 1080p resolution display. But on that note, let's fire it up and see how it runs. Oh yeah. Honestly, I'm not gonna stop complaining about it until they stop putting it on laptops. So I guess I'm gonna spend the rest of my life shouting about McAfee. Other than that though, we have pretty standard Windows 11 stuff aside from the leg ion over here. Here is our 13700HX, a beast of a CPU. We've got 32 gigs of DDR5, and you can see here that it's 2 sticks. Very nice. Straight off the bat, Battlefield 5 running at 2560 by 1600 because it's a 16 by 10 display. At high settings, the game's running really well. We've got a nice display. It's actually a 240 Hz display and it's looking real smooth. Despite the game being quite stuttery, even for Battlefield 5, it's also not performing nearly as well as a desktop 4070, which I know because I recently tested one, although a lot of that can be down to power profiles, which I'll change in a second. The GPU is kind of maxing out at oh, wait, it just jumped up to 90 watts there. Temperatures are also great, and that is with not a huge amount of noise for a gaming laptop. Ooh, a whole lot more stuttering there, damn. It took me a while to find the power profiles in the leg ion software, but when I did, it made a difference. Oh, there we go. The power draw on both the CPU and the GPU is a decent bit higher now, which has led to a bit more performance. It's not earth-shattering, but it's made a difference, and you can see that the core frequency on the GPU is also a decent bit higher than it was before, but so is the temperatures. So it's a pretty standard give and take. Wow, Cyberpunk makes this laptop work hard. The fans were going to town just now. Although, the temperatures are still pretty good for a laptop. We don't have 8,000 degrees on both the graphics card and the CPU, and at 2560 by 1600 high settings, we're getting about 60 frames per second. I then decided to see how the laptop handles ray tracing. Ooh, no, the laptop doesn't like that at all. That's less than half the frame rate we were getting before. Oh wait, but this is a 40 series GPU, right? So it should be able to handle frame generation. Let's give that a try. Whoa, the fake frames have made a big difference to the performance. And in terms of input lag, you can kind of feel it maybe, but to be fair, Cyberpunk is quite a heavy feeling game on the best of days. On a side note, we're pretty close to maxing out our video memory, which remember, on a laptop 4070 is only 8 gigs. And not only that, it's got a memory bus of just 128 bits, which is pathetically tiny, even compared to the last generation laptop 3070. So let's try a game that pushes that to the limit. So this is The Last of Us running at the same resolution with high preset, and we're sitting about 60-ish frames per second if we're being if we're being generous with it. Ironically, this is actually the least stuttery game so far. It's not running with blazing high frame rates, but it's pretty smooth gameplay. On a side note, this laptop has a great display in it. The measurements won't set your prostate on fire, but it's got some of the best motion rendering I've seen in a laptop display. On that note, let's rip it open to see how upgradable it is. Like I said before, I think this is going to be quite easy to open, but it usually isn't, so let's see how it goes. Ugh. Yeah. Hey, almost there. Oh yeah, just got it down apparently. There you go. That is quite a serious looking piece of cooling we've got going. We've got some of the thickest heat pipes I've seen in a laptop around these serious looking fans. Although it does look like we had a bit of a mudslide or something in here. Not quite sure what happened there. But then, other than that, we have 2 M.2 Cavalry slots. So let's open those up. Okay, so then under there we have what looks like a CMOS battery and just an empty M.2 slot for us to drop another SSD in there. And we've got a cute little bit of thermal pad on the bottom of this very insignificant bit of heatsink. We don't really need to interact with the RAM because we have a dual channel 32 gig kit in here, but I'm still interested to see if we can in fact upgrade it. Can I? Yes, we can. So the RAM isn't soldered down, and then we have a bunch of M.2 slots that we have available to us. Editor's note here, I wanted to be more enthusiastic about the upgradability. It's pretty good. So at the end of the day, I like the Leg Ion. And $1,500 is a lot more appealing than $2,000 for the same laptop, which is the kind of mind-blowing revelation you wouldn't get anywhere else. And until the next video, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.